Somebody at one point had requested for me to try and cut off a tail with a bowgun. I'm not really going to bother. It would take a large number of shots, and if I messed up like pretty much at all, it would result in the tail not being cut off and me just doing subpar damage. The only real use for these shots, they're called slicing shots, is to help your blade masters online to cut off tails that are otherwise somewhat difficult to reach. Of course, I brought an excessive amount of items. Probably could have saved some money by just using the flaming shots that they had provided. Oh well. And in order to use some of Cha-Cha's special abilities, he does have quite a number of them depending on what mask. You press minus to bring up the menu, and then plus, which gives signal, and it will tell Cha-Cha to go ahead and use whatever special ability he has. With the fluffy mask, he'll tell me where the monster is located, and it would seem this time around that the guy is located in Area 4. So I'm going to go ahead and load up some poison shots before I run in there. For those of you wondering about bowguns and noticing how slow this bowgun is, for the past 2 missions I've been using heavy bowguns. You can easily craft bowguns that are light and come out a lot faster. However, I think that heavy bowguns provide a little bit more of a challenge and also are cooler to watch. And they do more damage, if I didn't mention that already. So here's the big daddy of Ludroths. He is really not that much of a challenge. He acts kind of like a great Jaggy in terms of the sort of attacks he does, at least on land. If he's damaged enough, he will run down to the water, though. And he'll just ignore you. Unless you go ahead and attack him, at least to begin with. Oops. Kind of wish I brought pellet shots. Although, this bowgun isn't particularly good at pellet shots. Oops, I actually rolled into that. That is kind of embarrassing. Oh man, this is tough because like there's so many of them. You can draw straight into a reload, by the way, by holding down R and pressing X and is it Y at the same time? Okay, I'm totally getting my butt kicked by Ludroths right now. This is kind of embarrassing. I'm going to go ahead and bring out my normal shot, and I plan to just start killing Ludroths with this. Something to watch out for is trying to fire when you're out of bullets. It will actually result in your guy being stunned briefly as he tries to shoot something that isn't there. Okay, that should be enough for now. Feeling a bit better. See, I just want to see how many... Okay, I can load 3 Wyvern Fires at a time. That's actually pretty good. I was hoping that last shot would paralyze him. I wouldn't have to... Okay, there we go. So Wyvern Fire acts kind of like a barrel bomb, in a sense, in terms of the sort of damage it does. It does normal damage that ignores armor, and it also does just a little bit of fire damage. And it's a very close range shot. It's kind of like a... Well, I don't even know what you want to call it. But it's certainly fun to use. And if you're not getting attacked by Ludroths from behind, it comes out pretty quickly, at least with the level of recoil that this gun has. Well, you know, now that I think about it, it's probably so good at Wyvern Fire because it's supposed to kind of like mimic the Kuropecco's ability to make explosions with his little flints. I just thought of that right now. And then jump out of the way. And I'm wondering if it's time to go ahead and put him to sleep. Why not? Oh no! I'm a little concerned. Only because he's got a bunch of guys. Oh, he's running away. Good. Gives me time to heal up. I'm kind of glad I brought some herbs. Yeah, if I had brought the heavy bowgun barrel, I wouldn't have been able to do as many wyvern fires, but I would have had a shield and more pellet shots. So this whole sequence would have been just a tiny bit easier. Unfortunately, his little Ludroth buddies aren't here anymore. Is he running away again? I don't really know what he's doing. Okay, with any luck, this will blow up his main there. And I'm not even going to be too concerned about getting off another round of sleep, because this is going to do a ton of damage. Cha-cha. So you may have noticed at one point I broke his face. I don't know if I've been saying this over and over again. You can break this large sponge of his as well. For those of you looking to get a lot of Moga points, just fighting this Royal Ludroth over and over again is a great way to get them. Alright, he's ready to be captured. And I feel like capturing him. Well, actually, I might go for breaking the main. I'm not really sure. My only concern is he's going to run straight into the water. Okay, doesn't look like he wants to do that. Oh, is he exhausted? He might be exhausted. He is running towards me. I think Wyvern Fire is just like the coolest shot in the game. It isn't very good. Oh, and if it wasn't blindingly obvious yet, this guy's weakness here is actually fire. And in fact, many monsters in this game are weak to fire. The vast majority are, actually. That and thunder. Wow! That's a lot of damage. Gunner armor is just so much weaker compared to Blade Master armor. I'm gonna get snuck up on. I know it. I'm really trying to break this main for you guys. Oh. Well, at least I got him. It's not like I don't have 5 more weapons to show off breaking more things on him. How long did that take me? 8 minutes. It's actually kind of a long time for him. Not terrible, though. Certainly because not a whole heck of a lot of the time was spent running around aimlessly, as I like to do during this Let's Play. And just the versatility of shots for this bowgun is just so nice. You can save yourself in bomb material when you want to capture monsters by just bringing trank shots. Spongy hide, dash expect. That is... Alright, the crest is okay. Aside from being used for items, it sells for quite a lot. 1,000 Zenny at this point in the game is a fairly decent amount. And so what I'm going to imagine this is going to be is the second guy in the fleet getting his boat back in order. Which is great. Okay, so a new type of monster has arrived. Just seeing who else wants to talk to me. The village chief's son. Oh, and now Royal Ludroths will show up in the Moga Forest. Which actually, I prefer killing Ludroths to Kuropekos. They are a fair bit easier. And he has something else to say too. Maybe another upgrade? Ah, okay, they want to upgrade the insect box. Funky pheromones. Huh. You can probably get those from the captain. Right? Or not? Those may be something that you get as a reward from killing bugs in the Moga Forest. But you'll have to wait until the next time, because I'm not going to waste time standing around trying to figure out how you get them. They can go to different areas, but really most of the time you're going to be served best by just sending them out fishing. And he can only go to the Moga Coast, but that's fine. Generally, I use a lot of the fish that they bring back to generate resources. So I keep sleepy fish, and when I get them, I'm going to keep scatterfish. But sushi fish aren't all that helpful, and pin tunas aren't all that helpful. Pin tunas are okay later on to make better versions of... I don't need to talk to these guys yet. Better versions of Pierce Shot, but that's not going to be for a long while, if ever, really. Okay, let's talk to the guild sweetheart, see what she has to say. Hey, an action figure, that'd be nice. Oh. Okay, she's going to mention the Baroth now. Okay, it's leading the charge is the specific Baroth quest, but that is going to have to wait, because I'm going to finish up the Royal Ludroth with the various weapons. So wound the mane and sever the tail. I believe I will bring a sword and shield for that. I'll just put away anything. I could use those. Oh, put those away. Okay. Switch on over to a better set. I would like to bring a shock trap. Just in case. Oh, I must have already had one. Okay, raw meat I do not need. Oh, this is clearly I was gathering in the Moga Forest. It's actually pretty amazing, like, great jaggies just kept, like, throwing themselves at me. Giving me just a ton of items and resources. Shrink bombs, pitfall traps. You always want to have a lot of whetstones for the sword and shield. Especially this sword and shield. I'll just go over the specifics. It has a fair bit more attack than the other one I had, but its sharpness is pretty limited, so it will probably take at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 sharpenings in order to take down the Royal Ludroth. But we can handle that, right? And because it's a capture quest, I've made sure to bring along perception. I'll go ahead and eat. I'll go for Fraidy Cat just in case. Although, if you really want to get breaks, like breaking the mane and breaking the tail, probably better not to get Fraidy Cat. Because you're going to want all the life you can get in order to actually inflict damage in areas you want without him dying first.